tell us your purpose in being here, and please can you also tell us your view on how technology entrepreneurs can meet society's needs, and what's your experience that lends you to have those views?
Thank you, Steve. As mentioned, I was Vice President of JADE back in 2008, 2009. And I learned quite a lot about entrepreneurship at that time. My purpose in being here is basically to show you guys and showcase what I've learned with that experience and how this has helped me today. As a non-tech person, I'm also going to explain what I've been seeing in terms of how technology helps us and how it also makes the rules of the game evolve. First of all, being in a junior enterprise, you deal with a lot of problems, and you need to be aware of lots of things that are going on. One of those things, I started looking into IT, although that wasn't my sector at all when I was in a junior enterprise. And today, this has been really helpful. What have I learned? First of all, in terms of networking, before you didn't have access to as many people as you used to now. LinkedIn is, for instance, one of those great tools that enables you to know who knows who do I know, where are the people that I've worked with before working now. You guys are all networking amongst yourselves, partying, learning together. Keep in touch. You don't know who's going to work where in the future. Today we have those tools that enable us to stay in contact and build upon our own strengths together. One of the second things I learned when I was in IT was that, well, image is a lot. And basically understanding how graphics work, how you put a website online, what your online visibility is. This is something that is for non-tech people as important as for tech people who want to become entrepreneurs. Third one is collaborative working. As we said, face-to-face needs to take place. We can't just work remotely, but more and more we need to work remotely. This is something that we do with JADE all the time. Skyping together, building collaborative platforms together. These are things that you will be needing in the future, whether you're in the tech business or not. And finally, gaining access to what I call the tip of the iceberg information on the internet. When you're looking up information, today you have so much information that you always find something interesting, but it's often the tip of the iceberg. And that's something that you notice in JADE. If you look up great business plans and try to apply them in your business, but that's not going to be sufficient. You actually need to consider the information that you got, meet the right people, and then ask questions, learn from the people that are around you. And one of the things that I've been doing on the internet, which is quite useful, is using RSS feeds. Something very simple, and that really helps me as an entrepreneur in my everyday business. Coming to technology, I'd like us to reflect a bit upon how technology is also changing our ways of being. Are we aware of how we actually need technology and how it's changing the ways we're working? I was working together with Steve at the Institute. We noticed that HR managers were asking themselves, what are the impacts of us, the connected generation, the way we work online? How is that going to change the way businesses are going to work in the future and the way we work together? This is quite a new piece of information that we're trying to seek, and we've come up with some answers to that. Firstly, that technology is increasing the importance of content. Basically, the way we're working together with people is changing because everyone can communicate through social media. More and more, there's going to be less and less hierarchy and more consensus. Everyone's going to participate in debates. This is something that you should be aware of because you're becoming more and more actors. Working online is something that helps because when you're writing something in social media, you actually have the time to think about what you're drafting, etc. It makes it almost easier than face-to-face contact. Secondly, influencing is going to become more and more important because of this consensus building. And because we are getting more and more information, we also need to be better at accepting feedback. With social media nowadays, you are going to hear a lot of people who will support you and people who won't support you. And you need to learn how to deal with negative feedback and how to build a better business with that feedback. So somehow there are also risks involved with this technology. First of all, is technology always productive for us? I'm not sure. I know a lot of people who have integrated Facebook-like things within companies, and people spend more time drafting posts than actually working in the end. Sometimes there's just too much information, and people get lost in them. It's been proven in some companies who have tested actually forbidding internal emails to see how that plays on the productivity of their companies, and they've actually noticed that it was going up. Why? Because when people use emails, it becomes impersonal. You reply to your email, you think your job is over, and actually it's not. The task hasn't been taken care of yet. So that's also something that we need to consider. We need to be defining what we want to achieve through technology before we just use it. How will it influence organizations, societies, and ourselves? As future entrepreneurs, you guys are actually the change of tomorrow. You're the people who will bring new ideas in, and you should actually consider what technology is doing for you. Use it in a good purpose and not just because it's there. Generally speaking, having been in JADE, what are the skills that I have learned directly that were really useful? Well, first of all, is that what you learn in school isn't reality. You can drop a really nice business plan, but is that really going to help you in the end? Well, when you're in JADE, you see that actually, no, you need to deal with your team, you need to deal with people. You actually get a chance to be challenged in real-life situations where basically it's not just theory. The level of uncertainty that you guys are working in is actually quite high. There's no one telling you what to do, and you guys are choosing by yourselves. This is something that really helps you become entrepreneurs in the future. We think about the definition of entrepreneurship and define it as turning your ideas into action. Well, that's really the skill, overlapping skill that you guys are learning here. Dealing with difficult people, understanding that there are no true answers. You guys are going to always explore the future. This is what you learn in GEs and that you don't learn in school, and that's why I believe that you guys really do have that power to turn ideas into action, and that's why you guys are the power of the